Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider. Welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transform Horsepower of the Primes Deluxe Class Slug. But I don't really care for that, so I'm going to call him his original name, which is Slag. So, yeah. And if you got a problem with that, well, then don't watch this video, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so, let's get right into it. So, this is usually where we take the time... already messing up. This is usually where we take the time to take a quick look at the... packaging. I gotta change that up. That's too... whatever. But I don't have it anymore, so... Spray bottle. Okay. Back to the figure. So, you're gonna be going over his articulation. Now, at the head, he does have a... You can rotate his head inside this... well, dino head, basically, but only so much. Like, that's only as far as you can look. That's pretty much it. You can't look up or down. That's it. Yeah. So, head rotation is very, very limited, unfortunately. The arms are on a ball joint, so they can go far out, all the way around. Hey, back in there. Move it around. The elbow is on a soft ratchet, so it can go that can bend that much forward and can bend that much back. So you have the hands, which the hands don't really do anything. I mean, they can go down, but that's just due to transformation. He does have a waist swivel, so that's nice. Line that up because I'm OCD. Can kick that far forward and that far back. Can go that far out, so you can kind of do the splits. We got a joint so it can rotate. Very nice, very nice. And then you have the bend at the knee, and that's all you got. Yeah. As you can see, okay, I'm trying to find it. I guess I can just move the dino leg out of the way so you can kind of see. There's a groove right here in the upper part of the leg, which is meant for that. So when you bend it, it fits in there, so it can't bend it anymore. But if you untransform him a little bit and move that out of the way, then you get a lot more motion in the leg. But now you just got a bunch of crap hanging off, so yeah. Do what you wish, I suppose. Let me just re-transform him back to normal. And nothing at the foot, just a big old thing. Well, actually, I guess the ankle piece can go up, but that's pretty much all you've got for articulation. So, yeah, not terrible, but not great, but not terrible. That's what I meant to say. The other way around doesn't sound too good. Not terrible, but not great. This is whatever. It's not too bad. It's okay. You can get some nice poses out of him. Just wish that knee joint wasn't so limited. That is quite unfortunate. Now, on to details. Suppose we should rose up. We should rose up the camera. Yes, we should rise up the camera. Let's get a better look at his face here. So he's got a nice gunmetal gray head with red eyes. A nice neutral looking face. On his chest you have his Autobot symbol. Very nice. He's got red and all these little details and stuff. Got his arms. His hand. Got his back, which is just a big old thing. Just the top half of the dynamo just hanging off his back. Well, not really hanging off his back, it is his back. It's just one big solid chunk of plastic right there. Which, yeah, which somebody came up with the idea of, like, having these pieces, like, open up so they'd be like wings on his back. Like, that would have been cool. It would have been just a big old chunk on the back. But, what are you gonna do? You got another Dinobot symbol there. Oh, also, I forgot to mention with articulation, these horns can move. And instructions don't tell you to put them like this, but I just like to do that for robot mode. I don't know. yeah. If you want, you can just put them up like that. But for robot mode, I like to put them down. Just to stick up a little bit. Okay, back to details, so I get distracted. Got a nice little silver bit on the knee. Got nice detail there. Got some gold. Got some gold with some plastic over it. Again for these pieces. So yeah, overall it's pretty cool. Nicely detailed. And he does come with a couple accessories, and one of which I am unfortunately missing, and that is the Prime armor, which is just the combiner hand. So yeah, I kinda don't have that. The figure didn't come with that when I bought it. But then again, I didn't buy it brand new. I bought it at a toy auction thing, so yeah, so he did not come with his combiner hand, unfortunately. But he did come with his blaster. So this guy's nice little gun. Hey, come on. Come on, you were doing so well. You focused it immediately. And then you unfocused. There you go. Oh, come on. What's the matter with you? Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Oops. And you can plug it into his hand. And now he's got his blaster. Now he's ready for battle. Yes. And for weapon storage, in the robot mode, there's actually quite a few places you can put them. Not all of them make sense, but you can put them there. Like, there's a little hole right there, so you can put it there. If you want to do that. There's a hole on the side, so you can put it in there. So you can get some of that action going on. There's a hole in the back, so you can put it like that. You can put it in the combiner hole peg. So you can do that. And you can even plug it in right there. Now this kind of makes me wish you had two of them, so you could put one on each side and be like rockets and make them fly. Whee! I don't know. This is the weird places my mind goes sometimes. But I think most people just gotta put them in his hand. Yeah. Now, on to size comparisons. So, here it is with a Lego minifigure. So I got quite a few things to compare him with. Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra. Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla. I'm going to try and move them fast because there's quite a few of them. The Power of the Primes Slash. Power of the Primes Swoop. And a previous review of the Movie 1 RC. Now, on to measuring him. If you count the downhill head, he's about 6 inches, and otherwise he's about 5.5. So yes, it's quite nice, quite nice. Now, on to the transformation. And as this guy, whoops, knock him over and bump the camera, and he falls over again. Okay, come on, buddy, come on, work with me, please, please. Thank you. Actually worked with me. Yeah, thank you, bud. Okay. Since he's a combiner, he has quite a few forms. Or modes. Not forms, he has quite a few modes. 4, in fact, so try and get through those as quickly as I can, because, with Swoop, I kind of took my sweet time, and the video was, like, way over 20 minutes, so I'm like, let's try and speed this up a little bit. Alright, so what are we doing first? Right, the arm mode. So flip up the mouth, and then yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. It'd be embarrassing if I could. Can't remember what I'm doing here. All right, come on. You want to unplug this, which is a very, very tight fit. Right, so actually I'm going to raise up the camera a little bit here so I give it a little more room to work with. these little hooks are going to go into that little groove right there, so it just fits nicely in there like that. At least I hope I'm doing this right. Hope so. Flip out combiner peg like that. Hands, you want to flip them in, and to flip them back out, there's this little tab at the bottom. Just hook that with the nail and pull it out. So you bend the arm all the way, flip it around, and that will just peg right into that, just like that. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Flip this arm around, do the same thing we did before. Right. Trying to remember. Right. Yeah. Plug legs together, like so. Now, for some reason, my copy and a couple other copies I've seen, the legs don't like to stick together too much, so that is a bit of an annoying problem. But yeah, anyways, so do that, take the waist, rotate it, and then you have an arm. And this is when the hand would plug into the bottom, right there. So yeah, that's the arm mode. But that's a hand. So, now I would compare it with like swoop, arm mode, and all that stuff, and all the other guys, but yeah, it was just take too long. I'm just leave it as is. Plus, you already kind of got the idea of like how big it is. I'm just gonna do the robot and dino mode for size comparisons. Anywho, back to now on to leg mode. So I'm just trying to remember how to do it in my head. So just I'm gonna rotate that all the way back up. Actually, should I transform back to robot mode and then do it? Nah, it's simple enough. You guys can figure it out, I hope. So you want to flip these pieces up, and you want to fold these down legs just to get them out of the way. Pull these pieces out, and you want to take these heels and flip them back in. And be careful, because, well, not be careful, but just be aware. These are connected to these, so when you move them, they kind of do move in sync. So make sure the legs don't get moved when doing that. Right, now what are we doing? Right. Like, what do I do here? Alright, so you want to fold up the legs all the way. Click them together. Want to fold the tail. Connect it there. Sorry, I'm not showing the camera. Fold the, put the tail together and fold it up like that. Put the legs back in place, because there's a tab right there that goes right into there. Just like so. See, like I said, the rotating the heels put the legs out of place. There we are. Yeah. And now we have leg mode, which is very, 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 very much kind of just the dino mode, but just folded up weirdly. Also, it's hollow in there. Hello. Nothing in there. Nope, nope. Alright. So yeah, that's leg mode. Also, they don't come with a combiner boot or foot or whatever you want to call it. These figures don't come with that. Those come with Grimlock. So yeah, take a look at that when I get to him. Now, yeah, I guess just again, hey, please. Just getting back to robot mode, and then I'll transform him to dino mode. So, see you in a second. Alright, now we're back. Now, to dino mode we go. And as I said, it is quite similar to the leg mode. So you just flip up the bottom jaw. And you want to disconnect that. But instead of connecting, you just kind of rest these grooves in there. The grooves, just kind of put it in there like that. You want to move the horns so they're more facing forward. Go to the arms, fold in the hand, both sides, and just kind of bend the elbow a little bit, and then position the arms like that. With the legs, you want to unfold those pieces. Fold the tail, fold it, fold the tail, fold it. And you want to flip up the heels again. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. So again, I'm just kind of thinking how to transform in my head. Couple ways you can do this. You can just push it, or as I mentioned before, the leg is connected to the heel, so you can use the leg to do that. And same for the other side. You can pull the leg down and that'll pull out the heel. Or, if you want to do a more manual way, you can kind of stick your finger in there, push that down, and pull it out like that to untransform it. So yeah, just little things to know. But for now, we want the heel to be in place. So let's just push it in like that. I'm hoping I'm doing this on camera because I have a bad habit of just looking at what I'm doing and not looking at the camera. So I'm like doing it way over here, like, you see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing? So it's like, yeah. I'm sure that is quite annoying to many, many people. Anyway, so now we just bend the legs all the way. Clip these into there, and connecting them all at the same time. And boom. We just fold the tail out. Connect it, push it up, make sure it's all nice and flush. Rotate the legs so they're in somewhat of a normal looking fashion. And let's move the camera down a little bit. We're done! You have the dino mode. More accurately, the Triceratops mode. Which I didn't realize until I actually saw an image of the figure, but this is actually like very, very reminiscent of the G1 toy. Like, I didn't realize like how close it actually was to how the old classic toy actually looked. So that's kind of cool. Make sure everything's all nice and good. Now, onto the articulation of the dino mode. You can open the mouth, kind of. Like, that's as far as it goes, like, just kind of doing it nice and smooth, but then it gets all clickety. And that's just kind of how that works, so you can... Yeah, so you can kind of, like, wedge it together to get, like, in between stuff, but it's just kind of... It just kind of clicks in place. And the head kind of has articulation, because you can kind of, like, rotate it up like that, kind of make it look like he's up, looking up, but and that just doesn't look quite right, so it's best to just kind of leave it sitting. As I mentioned, these can rotate, so you can position them however you want. Legs have same, or front legs have same articulation as robot mode, so yeah, it's got all that. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a bicep rotation. Well, I completely forgot to mention that. Whoops. Whoops. So yeah, you can do that. Legs can rotate. Oops, again, you can't see that. You can rotate all the way around. And you do have a knee joint, so you can bend it about that far. And the tail can move down, but again, that just doesn't look quite right. So let's try and get all the legs in working order. Yes, very nice. You know, I'm gonna... Oops, just on my finger for a second. I'm gonna raise the camera up a little bit because I keep finding that I just keep raising it too high and it's off camera. So, don't like doing that. Alright. So here we have the nice plastic over the... Clear plastic over gold plastic. You get nice red eyes, the nice red Autobot symbol. You got this nice frill, I think. Looks very, very cool. Got some nice red horns. Got the dino claws. Quite nice. Ape, you focus. You focus, you. Got the dino legs. Again, more dino claws. You got the tail. The got some bumps and whatnot. So very nice, very nice. Oh, I also forgot to mention that the combiner hand can kind of plug into here, so it'll make it look like he's got a big old thing on his back. So yeah, and that's kind of where the prime armor aspect of it comes from. But yeah, no, it just looks like he plugged a giant hand onto his back, which can do the same thing with the blaster. And yeah, it's still kind of silly, but it looks a lot better than plugging the combiner hand onto him. So yeah, speaking of which, the ports I mentioned in robot mode, you can still plug the gun into. Even the arm one just sticks out a little bit more because the hand fills in. Oops, sorry. The hand fills in the gap. Can plug it into his jaw like that. So if you want that look, you can do that. And you can even do. Well, I guess you can't. Never mind. It didn't work. How confusing. Yeah, so it's the dyno mode. It's quite nice. And also, if you don't like the head just kind of flopping around like that, you can just plug it back in, like in robot mode. But then he kind of looks like he bonked his head and just crunk. So, yeah. Very nice. Very quite nice. Now, just plug it in so it's somewhere onto size comparisons for dyno mode. Alright, so here it is with a Lego minifigure. Back to section minifigure Mothra. Back to section minifigure Godzilla. Oh, hey, you stay focused. Power of the Primes Slash. Yeah, I said focus you. You stay focused. And it unfocused immediately. Power of the Primes Swoop. Gave him his sword, because reasons. Power of the Primes Swoop. And the previous review, the Transformers Movie 1 RC. I forgot to transform her arms. Whoops. I'm dropping things. Right, are you focused? No, you're not. There you go. Alright. Oh. That was a noise. Alright. Measuring time. He is not very tall. And kind of short. About 6 inches long. Doesn't look like it on camera, but in real life it does. Oops. Oh yeah, and that's the thing about this guy. He can't roll, but he can whee! So, yeah, that you can do that if you... Also, there's something I discovered about this figure that I think is absolutely adorable. Let me unclick that. You can get him to sit. So yeah, you just rotate the legs, bend them a little bit, bend the arms a little bit. Just kind of bend the arms in a little bit. Put the legs down, kind of move his head. And you can get him to sit. He's a sitting boy. I don't know why, but this makes me very happy, and from now on I'm always going to pose him like this, and usually put the gun in the back like that, but I love that you can do that. It makes me very happy that you can do that with this figure. So, yes, that is my... Get that view. You don't care about it, but I do. That is my review of the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Slug, or Slag, as I like to call him, because that was his original name. So yeah, that was my review, and yep, we're still over 20 minutes. Whoops. Well, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and We'll see you later. Sayonara. Bye.